Hello and welcome back to this Kubernetes talk series. So today in this series, we'll be seeing how to create the network policies. So let's get started with that. So here we are on our console. So I have created three namespaces. So I will explain why I have created these three namespaces, kubectl, get, ns. So I will explain you the scenario. So we have three namespaces. First is prod namespace, second is dev namespace, and third is staging namespace. So what I will do is I will allow pods in the dev namespace to be communicated only in the pods which are in the staging namespace. Okay, so in other terms, you can say that the pods which are in the dev namespace only get the incoming traffic from the staging namespace, the pods which are in the staging namespace. Okay, and this is the prod namespace. The pod which are in the prod namespace cannot send the traffic to the dev namespace. So this is the scenario which I will apply here. So let's see that. So for that, I have already created one YAML file. So we will go to that YAML file. What's the name? Pod. Okay. So this is the pod which we have created with very simple specs, and name we have given pod 1, namespace is prod, and environment we have given prod. Label we have given environment equals to prod. Okay. So why I have given this one, I will explain when I will show you the network policy YAML file. Let's first apply this file. kubectl apply -f np-pod.yaml. So pod has been created. So we will do a little bit changes in the same YAML file. So here what we'll do is we will be writing pod 2, and here we will write dev, and here also we will write dev. So this will be launching in the dev namespace. So let's create that. So kubectl apply, and the pod 2 is created, and same we will do for staging as well. So here we will see pod 3, and here we will give staging, and here also I will give staging. Okay, so we will apply this file. So all the three pod has been created. kubectl get pods, you can see -n prod -o wide. So one pod is running, this is the Nginx pod, one pod is running in the prod, as well as for the dev also we will see. Okay, and for the staging also we will see. So all the three pods are running. So now by default, all these pods can communicate with each other. There is no restriction in that. Okay, so now I will put network policies. So between this dev and staging. So let's explore that network policy YAML file. So this is how you create the network policy. So API version, you need to specify networking.ksx.io/v1, and kind need to specify network policy, and under which namespace you need to apply this network policy. That namespace you need to specify that. So let's say you want that only you want to apply this YAML file for the dev namespace. So here you need to specify dev namespace. Suppose you want to apply this file for prod, then you need to give the prod namespace. Okay, and on which label you want to apply, that you need to specify. That particular namespace as well as label you need to specify here on which particular pod or namespace you are applying. Then under the policy types, which policy types you are applying? Here we are applying ingress. Ingress means incoming traffic. Okay. So incoming traffic from. So here you can give namespace selector. Also you can give pod selector as well. So match label you will give. And this label you need to give. This is the label for your namespace. So how we can get this label? You can simply type here kubectl get ns -- show labels. So if we type this command, you can see all the labels are there. So for staging, this label is being assigned. This is the default label which Kubernetes assign. You can also assign according to your choice. Okay, so let's go to that YAML file again. And here we are specifying the ports. Okay, so let's apply this file. This is the pretty much example of the network policy file. So what we will do is we will apply and we will test this. Let me clear the screen. Okay, kubectl apply -f np.yaml. Okay, so network policy has been created. You can also verify kubectl get netpol. Oh, okay. Need to specify namespace, dev namespace. So under the dev namespace, this policy has been invoked. So now let's test the network policy, whether it has been applied correctly. So for that, we need to go inside the pod and we need to get the IPs. So for that, let's execute the commands which we have executed before. kubectl prod -void. Okay, and another one will be no, sorry, not this one. Wait, kubectl, or I guess I can type the up arrow and prod. Okay, this is the information for prod. And here we will go for dev. And here we will go for staging. So basically, I will be needing this IP address for all the pods to test that. So we will go inside the first we will test whether the network policy has been applied correctly or not. So for that, we will go inside the dev namespace, or we can say we will go in the staging namespace. Okay. So kubectl exec -n staging -it pod 2, no, pod 3, I guess. Pod 3 --- bash. So right now we are in the staging namespace under the pod. So what we will do is we will test curl and we will see this dev IP. We will take the pod which is running under the dev namespace and we'll paste that IP. So as you can see, we got the default Nginx page successfully. We got the page. Okay. So we'll exit from this pod, and similarly, we can also do with the dev namespace as well. So if we give dev, and here we will specify pod 2. So here we are in the dev namespace pod. So same we will do curl, and we will get the IP of this one, staging one. And here also we got the what we can say the successful image, or not image, the successful response. So now it means that network policy has been invoked correctly. So now one more test is remaining, that is we will ping from the pod to the dev. Okay. from prod namespace, we will be pinging to a dev namespace. That should not get any response. So to do that, we will go inside the pod. Here we'll give pod 1, and here we will give prod. So right now we are in the prod namespace pod. So curl, and we will get that dev pod ID, IP address. And if we paste here, so you can see it's got stuck here because we have applied the network policy that will only accept the incoming traffic from the staging namespace, the pod which are under the staging namespace. Okay, so it will not get any response here, it will be stuck here. So that's it for this video. So if you want to explore more about network policy, you can go to the official documents of the Kubernetes, and there you can find different scenarios as well. So that's it for this video. Thank you.